Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we are color grading this moody cinematic shot of a woman playing chess in a vintage library setting. We'll mainly be using DaVinci Resolve Studio's built-in tools like the primary wheels and color slice, so no Dehancer Pro or any other third-party plugins in this grade. For the final look development though, we'll finish it off with a Mediabee Cinematic LUT to bring that polished filmic touch. Oh, and make sure you stick around because I've got a little surprise for those of you watching this video. So without further ado, let's dive in and start crafting this cinematic mood. Before we jump into grading, let's take a quick look at the project settings, especially if you are following along or new to the channel. Under the master settings, I've already matched the timeline resolution and the video resolution to the footage. And in the color management tab, I'm using DaVinci YRGB since I prefer working with a color space transform CST workflow. The timeline color space is set to DaVinci White Gamut Intermediate, which gives us plenty of room to push and shape the image. And for output, we are going with Reg 709 Gamma 2.4, which is, as you know, great for standard viewing. And don't forget, in the 3D lookup table interpolation section, make sure tetrahedral is selected. It ensures your LUTs are displayed as accurately as possible. So it's really very, very important. Now we can create our input and output CST nodes. Since we're working with red footage, for the input CST, we'll set the input color space to red white gamut RGB and the input gamma to log3 G10. We'll convert that to DaVinci White Gamut Intermediate to match our timeline color space. Make sure to turn off tone mapping here to preserve the full dynamic range. Then for the output CST, we are converting from DaVinci White Gamut Intermediate to Reg 709 Gamma 2.4, which, as we said, is our final output format. Here we'll enable DaVinci Resolve's built-in tone mapping and set the maximum input needs to 10,000, so we retain highlight detail while compressing it properly into the Reg 709 color space. Alright, before we start adjusting any contrast, I'm going to drop in one of the Mediabee Cinematic LUTs, since the LUT itself will influence the overall contrast and tonality. Let me just make the viewer a bit bigger here, so we can see things more clearly. Okay, these first few feel a bit too cold for the mood I'm after. Flare's not bad actually, it has a nice softness to it. Horizon actually has a nice balance too, I like it. And Obsidian, yeah, that could totally work if we were going for a greenish vibe maybe. I think I'm gonna go with Cobalt. It's definitely warmer, more pronounced, and I feel like it brings in that cozy vintage look I'm aiming for in this scene. Perfect. Now we can add our notes for balance and contrast. Okay, we'll start with contrast as usual. For this, I'm using the lift, gamma, and gain wheels under the primaries. I'll be using my mini panel for this part. It's just way easier, you know, and faster than using the mouse. While I'm adjusting, I'm keeping an eye on the waveform, making sure nothing is clipping and everything is staying where it should be. Good. Let's also take a quick look at the Talon's face. Yep, it is staying right around 50 to 60%, which is perfect, especially since she's lit from above by the warm light. Now let's check the color balance. For that, I'll switch over to the parade scope. Okay, looking at it, you can clearly see the blue channel is sitting much lower than the red and green. which usually means the image is leaning warm. But considering the mood of this scene, that warmth actually works. So I'm going to leave it just the way it is for now. But before we move on, let's also take a look at her skin tone, since that's probably the most important part of a well-balanced image. For that, I'll switch over to the vector scope. Okay, looks like her face leaning a bit too yellow, slightly off from the skin tone line. To fix that, I'll add another serial node and use color slice. Here, let's gently push the skin hue a bit more toward red. And maybe bump up the saturation a little so it feels more natural. Let's check it now. Yep, it's looking better. While we are here, I also want to tweak the reds in her cardigan. I want to make it feel a bit warmer and denser to match the mood. Okay, let's do a quick before and after. Okay, this is looking good, but after that red adjustment, her skin is looking a bit too red now. So I'll tweak the saturation depth to tone it down a little bit, especially in the highlights. Let's check it again. Oh, I'll turn on the qualifier. Yep, as you can see, it's much closer to skin tone indicator now. Maybe just a tiny boost in the skin saturation. Perfect. I love it. Alright, now let's add another node and create a window to make the talent pop a bit more. Here I'll use the mini panel again. It just makes it easier to adjust the shape. Good. And before we forget, let's track it. Awesome. Now let's pull up the waveform to double check her exposure. Okay, it's actually looking pretty good, so I'll just make a small adjustment here. But what I really want to focus on here is the outside of the window. So let's add another outside node. And also let's name them properly to stay organized. Good. Now in this outside node, I'm going to lower the exposure slightly to create a subtle vignette, just to draw more attention to the talent. Perfect. Maybe we can also lift the darkest parts just a touch using the custom curves. First, let's lock the shadows here and gently lift the darks. Great, love it. Let's check how far we've come. Nice, looking perfect. Alright, if you made it this far, I've got a little gift for you. As a thank you for watching this video, you can now use the code Mediabee25 to get 25% off the Mediabee Cinematic LUT Pack. The same LUTs I'm using in this grade. Just head over to my website, pick your pack and apply the code at checkout. This discount is just for viewers of this video, so grab it while it is valid. Now, as a last step, I'm going to add one more node and use the face refinement tool. First, we'll analyze and detect the face. Then go ahead and track it. Alright, here I want to focus mainly on her eyes. Let's sharpen them a bit and brighten just slightly. Actually, let's zoom in here to take a closer look. Yeah, maybe that's a little too bright. Let's dial it back just a touch. Perfect. Here we could also smooth out her skin a little, but I want to keep things looking natural, so I'll leave it there. And there we go. That's the final grade. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And please subscribe for more DaVinci Resolve tutorials, cinematic looks, and grading breakdowns just like this one. And let me know in the comments what kind of looks or footage you want to see next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.